Hi, it's Ilumi. No one doubts that Kenshi Yonezu is the artist who represents J-pop today. If one of the world's biggest J-pop festivals were ever held, the headliner could only be Kenshi Yonezu. There he is on the giant stage, and all of us in the crowd can only say, he is the king of J-pop. That's not just some trophy or crown, not just empty praise. Sure, the numbers, streaming counts, live audience sizes, already show part of his greatness. For example, most recently, the theme song, Iris Out for Chainsaw Man, Ri's Arc. It hit number 1 on Billboard Japan's Hot 100 for 2 weeks in a row, with the highest points ever recorded. On the streaming songs chart, it broke the all-time record for streams in Japan, and stayed at number 1 for 2 weeks. And globally, it didn't stop, number 5 on Billboard's Global 200, and number 2 on the global excluding US chart. The highest rank ever for a Japanese language song. So yes, Kenshi Yonezu is out here breaking records in real time. But his true greatness isn't something you can measure with numbers. It's beyond numbers. Today, I want to share why Kenshi Yonezu truly deserves to be called the king of J-pop. Let me explain it in my own way. On this channel, I, Ilumi, living here in Japan, will be sharing fresh updates on J-pop and J-rock, classic hits from the past, and even some nerdy deep dives. If that sounds fun, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. First, number 1. There's no other artist who holds both artistry and mass appeal at such a high level like Kenshi Yonezu. Usually, alternative artists can't get mainstream support if they stay true to themselves. To be accepted, they have to shave down their sharp edges, or hide them before stepping on stage. If they stay sharp, they won't reach the masses. But if they tone it down, that unique flame slowly fades away. But he's broken that rule of pop music. With Vocaloid-inspired avant-garde sounds, complex rhythms, explosive choruses, and lyrics filled with deep, sinking emotion. In every part of his music, his originality is stamped in, and at the same time it's perfectly refined as pop. It's not that he's just skilled at balancing artistry and mass appeal. He sharpens both, never compromising, bringing his alternative sensibility straight into the heart of the mainstream. Instead of adjusting to the mainstream, he became the king, and in doing so, he painted the mainstream in his own colors. Next, let's talk about how Kenshi approaches tie-in songs. Japan's top content, TV dramas, films, and anime. Japanese visual content is some of the best in the world. And J-pop has long played the role of adding color through tie-in songs. Today, you could even say, whoever rules the tie-ins, rules J-pop. And now, all of Japan's top creators choose Kenshi Yonezu to carry their theme songs. You could even say the stories themselves are calling for his voice. Take Chainsaw Man's Kick Back. No one else could turn a world of violence, madness, and humor into sound so naturally, like it was his own story. Or the TV drama Unnatural's Lemon. A deeply personal story of loss, carried right into living rooms across Japan. And in Studio Ghibli's latest film, his simple, sharpened song became a prayer shared across generations. Normally, theme songs are left at, yeah, that suits it. But Kenshi dives deep and pulls out the core themes of the work. Sometimes, with his extraordinary imagination, he even expands the story beyond what's told in the original. Because of his sincerity and sharp interpretation, fans, drawing from Chainsaw Man, call him the demon of interpretation. He draws out the hidden undertones, shows deep respect, and then adds even bigger meaning, giving the story its final period. Kenshi Yonezu is the final piece of every story. That's why every piece of content keeps seeking his voice. Of course, he can't answer every call. But judging from how fast he puts out tie-in songs, he's pushing himself to the limit whenever time allows. Seriously, overworked. Third, his obsession with building an entire world around Kenshi Yonezu. His music isn't just music. Every element connects, forming a complete circle, a whole world. Did you know? All the artwork for his releases, he draws it himself. How much did the universe decide to give this one guy? Seriously. His music videos capture the world of each song directly. And with every release, he leaves simple yet heartfelt comments, always showing respect for the director. His official merch isn't just made to sell. It's crafted so fans can carry a piece of Kenshi's world with them. His rare media appearances, and the few words he shares in those moments, all seem connected by a single aesthetic. Whether it's intentional or just who he is, his words, his clothes, his gestures, every move he makes draws us in. As fans, it's not just about listening to his songs. Everything Kenshi puts out becomes an irreplaceable experience. Of course, there are plenty of other reasons he's called the king of J-pop beyond what I've talked about today. But the most amazing thing is, his story isn't over yet. His full album and tour last year felt like a grand summary of his career so far. But before we could even savor the afterglow, he launched straight into overseas tours, announced huge new tie-ins back-to-back, and continues high-speed, high-quality work even now. He's already the king of J-pop, yet he refuses to stop moving forward. What sound will he create next? What story will he tie himself to? Of course, I hope he doesn't push himself too hard and stays healthy, but we just can't help expecting more. And as shown by Kickback going platinum by the RIAA, his music is already taking over globally. Not just through anime or film, but with real tours abroad, his international recognition is clearly rising. He's a king, yet in his eyes you can still see the fire of a challenger. His story, it's only just beginning. This is TokyoPopStorm, and I'm your navigator, Ilumi. I'll be bringing you fresh news, classic hits, and deep dives into some pretty nerdy stuff too. So if that sounds fun, hit that like button, and subscribe while you're here. Whether you're into pop, anime, or Japanese culture in general, let's ride the TokyoPopStorm together. Catch you later.
大人なです愛したい思い